Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League just got a brand new gameplay trailer, and in one of the biggest unexpected comebacks since Superman himself came back from the dead, it actually looks fun now. Rocksteady finally gave us a peek behind the comic book curtain at their new and improved Suicide Squad after a huge delay to the original release date, and for once, it actually looks like a delay has paid off. Gone are the masses of live service guff that nobody really asked for, replaced by actual storytelling and superhero gameplay that, compared to what we've seen before, looks like an actually fun experience. So what's changed? In short, the game just looks better. It's fast-paced, there's a heavy emphasis on verticality and superhero-style traversal through Metropolis, a sandbox 2 times the size of Arkham Knight's Gotham, and it's a style of play that reminds us a little bit of Sunset Overdrive. And that's not really a criticism, that game was a lot of fun to run around too, although it did come out back in 2014. Pairing that style of traversal with a mix of guns and punching bad guys really hard in the face, there's a flavour of the Arkham combat peppered throughout that looks like a welcome addition. Although we're not sure just yet what use Deadshot's pea-shooter will be against Superman, but we'll get to that. There also seems to be much less focus on the collectible gear and meaningless stat blocks of weapons and buffs that plagued the original concept for the game and drew unsavoury comparisons to the likes of Destiny 2. Although we doubt they're gone entirely, clearly Rocksteady have taken the backlash into account and toned down how in-your-face that entire system was. Judging from the gameplay video we've got, though, the story elements and the mechanics look much stronger than the bog-standard looter-shooter that Suicide Squad was threatening to become. Because yes, there is a proper story. Easy to forget that was supposed to be the case around all the delays and controversy, and it sounds actually compelling. Brainiac has taken over the Justice League, and pretty much the entire populace of Metropolis and all the normal people have been enhanced, thus making them deadly enemies themselves. With no proper heroes around to save the day anymore, it of course falls to our titular Suicide Squad to, well, try to do something about it at the very least, even if that means killing the entire Justice League one at a time. And if you ever wondered how a squad of essentially 3 above average humans and 1 superhuman that's also actually half shark were ever going to stand a chance against the creme de la creme of DC comic superheroes, well, the game has you covered there as well. And predictably, it involves crime. Task Force X break into the Hall of Justice Museum and treat themselves to a bit of retail therapy by grabbing some of the more powerful bits and pieces from the Justice League's arsenal. Harley Quinn gets access to Batman's grapple gun and glider, vastly improving her mobility and allowing her to scale buildings like the Caped Crusader before her. Deadshot, as well as his supreme skill with any kind of firearm you can possibly imagine, takes Dr. Sivana's Speed Force Gauntlet, Captain Boomerang takes Dr. Sivana's Speed Force Gauntlet, and Deadshot flies around using frequent Teen Titan annoyer Gizmo's jetpack. King Shark alone gets no power-up, he is, after all, the only one with the raw strength to actually leap over buildings, but we're sure he'll bag himself a power-up at some point. How many of the Justice League's and their enemies' weapons and gadgets the Suicide Squad actually gets their hands on is a mystery for now, but it's probably a fair assumption that you'll be tasked with grabbing anything that could give you an advantage against a collection of supers turned villains. The gameplay trailer revealed that Penguin is in the game, hunkered down in a bunker in downtown Metropolis, so maybe he'll serve as a quartermaster of sorts to the squad, or introduce them to other DC villains who have the capability to take down members of the League. Lex Luthor lending out some kind of kryptonite-based weaponry, anyone? I'm not saying we're still not skeptical, we've been hurt before, many times by broken promises and games not living up to their potential. And I'm not going to claim that the traversal and the combat look revolutionary in the same year that we've had Spider-Man 2 release. And let's face it, from the gameplay, the enemies look fairly similar and there's not much variety, but they're probably early game and there's probably a hell of a lot more that the devs aren't showing us so far. And for a while there, it looked like Suicide Squad was going to take a dive straight into mediocrity. But comebacks have happened before. After all, if Batman can take on Superman, then hey, why can't the Suicide Squad? Thanks for watching. Has the new gameplay trailer reignited your interest in the Suicide Squad, or are you still skeptical about where it's all going to go? Let us know down in the comments, and while we've got you here at GG Recon, check out these videos here.